It's looking like they is about to reward him for sabotaging this young man, making him sit on the bench. The Browns know Kevin Stefanski could coach, but the hard reality is the Browns are 6-25 over the past 2 seasons, putting everything up for evaluation. How the hell can you coach when you're 6-25? It goes on to say, since 2020, the Browns fans have complained about Kevin Stefanski play calling, clock managing, and situational decisions, making the team constantly look unprepared and undisciplined. So y'all mean to tell me this unprepared, because I gotta let you, I wasn't watching the Browns.
They don't want him to win, and that's the scary part. Kevin Stefanski's decisions are raising serious questions because right now, everything looks like it's setting Shedeur up to fail. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This isn't a coincidence, it's a pattern. A young quarterback like Shedeur needs trust, reps, and clear support. Instead, he's being sidelined, treated like an afterthought. Sitting on the bench, limited first-team reps, slowed rhythm. It doesn't develop talent, it holds it back. And when this keeps happening, it stops looking like development and starts looking like quiet sabotage. Shedeur hasn't failed on the field, he's barely been allowed on it. When he does play, his talent, calmness, and leadership are undeniable. The problem isn't him, it's the environment around him. You don't help a quarterback by freezing him out, especially one who's already proven he belongs. Now let's talk Stefanski. The record doesn't lie. Coaching reputation only goes so far. Results matter. Ugly seasons, confusion on the field, slow reactions, flat game day performances, all of that points to the coach. Bad play calls, weak time management, poor situational decisions, it adds up. And fans have been saying it for years. That's not noise, that's a warning. A coach who keeps putting players, especially quarterbacks, in bad spots isn't leading, he's surviving. And when a team constantly looks unready, that's on the man in charge, not the rookie, not the young player. Stefanski hasn't earned the benefit of the doubt, especially at the cost of a young quarterback's future. Jimmy Haslam deserves criticism too. Loyalty becomes negligence when it costs the team. Keeping Stefanski after repeated losing seasons, chaos, and wasted talent sends the wrong message to the locker room, to the fans, and to Shedeur. It screams that failure is acceptable and accountability doesn't matter. Stefanski's track record, poor preparation, weak leadership, misusing talent, stalling young players, should have ended his run long ago. Not firing him now, that's choosing comfort over progress. And the biggest victim here is Shedeur, a player who should be built up, not broken down by a system that clearly isn't working.
When it took him hella games to even score 20 points, this lead me to believe Kevin Stefanski is more than likely about to be rewarded for sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. This is an inside thing. So that means that if the NFL...
This situation, messy, and the more you dig, the worse it gets. When an offense can't put up basic points game after game, you have to ask, who's really responsible? It's not magic that the blame keeps falling on Shedeur. He didn't design the game plan, he didn't call the rotations, he didn't decide who starts or sits, yet somehow he's the one taking heat. That makes zero sense. If the offense struggles under the coach's play calling, why is the guy with the clipboard protected while the guy with the helmet gets stalled? How is Shedeur supposed to grow when he's being held back on purpose? That's not development, it's quiet sabotage. Now, let's get real with Kevin Stefanski. At this point, it's not even just bad coaching, it's stubborn ego. How do you justify benching a talented young quarterback while the offense struggles? How do you deny him reps, rhythm, and trust, and then act like he hasn't earned more? That's backwards. That's not leadership. That's sabotage by silence. And here's the wild part. Stefanski keeps failing forward. People still talk about him for bigger roles, despite results saying otherwise. Confusion, slow starts, Wasted opportunities, especially for Shedeur, are the reality. The bigger question, if the league or organization rewards Stefanski after all this, what message does that send? That it's okay to hold back a young QB? That poor offensive performance doesn't matter as long as the coach survives? Fans see it, players see it. Shedeur has shown poise, patience, and talent, but he's the one paying the price. So why him? Why now? And why does it feel like the system's protecting the wrong person? If football is about winning and developing talent, explain how any of this actually helps Shedeur or the team.
News that is coming out. Now we got Cleveland insiders. We got Ian Rappaport speaking about the current state of the Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski relationship. We know that's the hottest discussion on the market is, will Kevin Stefanski be Shedeur Sanders' coach next year? I want to know. You want to know. The world want to know. Will he be the coach? And I just got to be honest with y'all. I don't know. Do I want him to be the coach? No, I don't. So right now, do I want Shedeur in Cleveland? At this point, I want to go with whatever God allows Shedeur to be. That's the best way to put it. Now, is I'm mad that he in Cleveland? Yes, I do be mad that he's there because they don't know how to handle business, right? But I'm solely against the Browns? No, I just don't like the way that they've been going about dealing with Shedeur. But wherever God wants him to be, that's where I want him to be, because that's the way it has to be. Now, with that being said, we have to talk about this report here. So ESPN Cleveland dropped this report a few hours ago. Now, this is what they said. They said no final decision has been made on head coach Kevin Stefanski's future with the Browns. If Jimmy Haslam decides to move on, they mentioned that Kevin will be a top.
At the end of the day, this comes down to one thing: trust. And right now, the Browns don't deserve it. Everyone's asking the same question because it actually matters. Should Kevin Stefanski be Shedeur Sanders' coach next year? The honest answer is no. Not because of feelings, not because of hate, but because the track record is ugly. Look at how Shedeur has been handled. It's careless, cold. A young quarterback needs belief, structure, and a clear plan. What he's gotten instead? Mixed messages, limited reps, and constant uncertainty. That doesn't develop talent, it drains it. People are saying it loud now. Wherever Shedeur goes next, let it be somewhere he's respected, somewhere he can breathe and play free. Stefanski has done nothing to earn the confidence that he's the right guy for Shedeur's future. This isn't about one bad game or one bad season, it's a pattern. Confusing decisions, slow offense, no clear plan, young players stuck in limbo. That's not development, that's failure. If Stefanski truly believed in Shedeur, we wouldn't still be having this conversation. There wouldn't be hesitation. There wouldn't be half commitments. And yet, here we are with insiders still unsure if Stefanski will even be the coach next year. How can a quarterback feel secure when his head coach's job is shaky? How is it fair that Stefanski can struggle yet still be talked about as a top candidate elsewhere? What exactly is being rewarded here? And let's talk Browns management. Jimmy Haslam and the front office keep playing this safe, vague game, and it's hurting everyone. No clear direction, no firm decisions, just waiting, watching, letting things drag out. That's chaos disguised as leadership. It tells players that performance doesn't matter as much as politics. It tells fans accountability is optional. If the Browns truly cared about Shedeur, they'd either fully support him with the right coach or move on cleanly and give him a fresh start. Instead, they're stuck in the middle, and that's the worst place to be. Shedeur deserves better than confusion, better than silence, better than an organization that still doesn't seem to know what it wants.
Now let's listen to what they said. They said no discussion have been made on the future of Kevin Stefanski. The two-time NFL Coach of the Year, the Browns know Kevin Stefanski could coach, but the hard reality is The Browns are 6-25 over the past 2 seasons, putting everything up for evaluation. How the hell can you coach when you're 6-25 in the last 2 years? How the fuck do he still have a job? I repeat, he's 6.
This is where the story falls apart. You can't keep saying a coach is good while the team keeps losing at this level. Words don't outweigh results. When a team wins 6 games and loses 25 over 2 full seasons, that's not bad luck. That's failure, plain and simple. You can dress it up with past awards or talk about potential, but football is judged by what happens on the field. If the Browns are really evaluating everything, the first thing under the microscope should be the head coach, because no matter how you spin it, that record screams something is seriously wrong. And yet, Kevin Stefanski keeps getting protected. How does a coach survive numbers like that without real heat? Players get blamed, quarterbacks get questioned, coordinators get shuffled, but the head coach stays comfortable. That feels like gaslighting to fans, like we're being told not to believe our own eyes. Think about it. If any player went 6-25, they'd be benched, traded, or cut. So why is the standard different for the coach? Why is failure being treated like patience instead of what it really is, poor leadership and bad results? You can't preach accountability and ignore it at the top. You can't claim everything is under evaluation and then keep the same guy in charge while the team sinks. Stefanski's job security sends the wrong message. Losing is tolerated as long as you have the right title. Fans aren't confused. The math is clear. The record is clear. The only thing unclear is why he's still standing there as nothing happened. At the end of the day, you cannot call someone a great coach when the results say otherwise. Protecting Stefanski despite the losses raises serious questions about who is actually being held accountable. So I'll ask you straight, do you think Stefanski deserves another year?